Biden tied in the state of Virginia, where Biden won that state by 10 points in 2020. Here with reaction, former Speaker of the House, Fox News contributor Newt Gingrich. My first question to you is, okay, Virginia's tied, Minnesota's tied. He's bleeding African Americans, Hispanic Americans, and young people. That's his answer. He looks more frail every day. And do you think this trial in New York has any impact on what happens in 159 days from now?
I think it has a big impact because I think it's making all of us Donald Trump. I think virtually every American looks at this use of government power and realizes that, Donald Trump could get out of the way by just withdrawing, but that in fact he cares enough about the country that he's taken this extraordinary beating, had the whole game rigged against him, risked going to jail, because he actually cares. And then they watch this doofus who is totally dishonest, clearly cognitively and having problems, and I think in a pathetic way, clinging to the presidency in a way which I find pretty frightening for the country, because he is commander-in-chief, and it's clear that this guy couldn't possibly command. But beyond that, if you have Kamala Harris as your vice president, and you've done everything you can to bring the black community with you, and now you find yourself having to campaign in the black community, this is the second week they've done this. Because the truth is, when Donald Trump went to the South Bronx the other day, he was attracting the kind of coalition that is going to overwhelm Biden and I think potentially overwhelm the Democrats. And all you got to do is go back and look at video of Ronald Reagan in 1980 and then look at Trump in South Bronx, and you realize we are in a different world and we have a national leader, and these pathetic pygmies are doing all they can to try to put him in jail because they can't deal with him in an honest election.
Did you see how minuscule his crowd was in Philly today? It's like nobody wants to show up.
Well, look, you think the average American is stupid? I mean, you look at this doddering guy who clearly is only half the time in charge of what he's doing. You look at his vice president, who may be cognitively fine, but she's just goofy. And you say to yourself, what is it I'm supposed to get excited by? And then you look at Bidenflation, which is every American experiences every day, every time you go to the grocery store. Every American. So I don't care how many ads the Biden team runs. They're trying to convince the rest of us that the things aren't as bad as we know they are because we're feeling it in our pocketbooks. When you have to, if you're a Democrat and you have to go to your base this hard, you are really on the edge of collapse. If you were a comparable deal would be if a Republican had to try to shore up West Virginia. And I think what you're going to see in the next few months is and it really worries me, frankly, that you're going to see a desperation when they come to realize nothing they're doing is going to work, and they're confronted with the likelihood that Trump's not just going to win, he's going to win big, he's going to take in the Senate and the House. And I think all of us ought to keep Donald Trump in our prayers, because I think these people are desperate, and I think they're dangerous.
I don't disagree. Speaker of the House.